Alright guys, we're back with a new video today, and today we're taking out these old gray base model seats and putting in new black sports seats. What you end up doing is you take out the 4 screws connected to the bottom. So now that all 4 screws are unscrewed on each seat, we're going to go to the back of the car and disconnect our battery, so that when we unplug the cables at the bottom of the seats. So basically what you end up doing is when replacing your 2 front seats, you simply unscrew the 4 bolts that are connected to your frame of your car, and honestly you'll just have to readjust your seat so that the screws are exposed, and you just use your Torx and take it all out. And in the end, after you have all 4 screws unscrewed on both chairs, you'll adjust it so that none of the screws are exposed. As you can see, that one's not exposed and this one's not exposed, and it's almost just on center, so that when you disconnect your battery in the back, it's easier to pull out of your car. After you're done unscrewing all 4 on each seat, you will go to the back of your car and you will unplug your battery, so that when you unplug the cables at the bottom of these seats, you don't get yourself a code. So basically, just playing it safe, you're unplugging your battery, making sure you do everything right so that you don't run the risk of throwing yourself a code. Come to your chair, lean it back like so, come to your power connection and pull this black clip that is right on this side of your power connector. Make sure you pull it all the way out, and it easily pulls out. Purchased these seats from a parted out 330i. I got these seats for a sweet deal of $60. Now, we did pay $120 when we got them. However, I did purchase this seat with somebody else, and some of you might recognize this seat because it comes from Noor Homadi's 335i. Now, I'm sorry, Noor, if I mispronounced your name, but I mean, we got this seat and it has a nice backstory to it. He is working on a 335i, which was shot up by many gunshots, and these holes right here are actually bullet holes. Now, the bullet did go straight through the seat and come out the other side. Now, these to some people might be major defects and would make them turn away from even getting these seats, but technically I only paid $60 for these seats, and technically, I mean, it is a way bigger upgrade from my gray base model seats. I mean, I'm not complaining, and it's not something I can't work with and I can't replace later on, you know. But I mean, it is good condition. I mean, there isn't much damage to them other than these major damages. And my other seats, they're perfect, honestly. I have nothing to complain about. Before installing these seats, I did do a very thorough detail on these seats with degreaser and leather cleaner. So, I mean, they're actually very mint at the moment. Very little shine on them. A nice matte color. Now I do still have, you know, a little shine on them, but I mean, it still is an old seat, you know. But I mean, overall, they really do look very nice. Of these seats is pretty straightforward. I mean, I did it within about 2 hours, but I did have trouble with the wiring on this passenger seat. Now, when I was installing the passenger seat, I installed everything into my car, and then I went to go check my controls on my seat, and my seats weren't moving. Now, I tinkered with it for a little bit until my brother came by and told me you should just go in and replace the wiring harness at the bottom of these seats. Now, I ran out of time, but my brother did stay up late for me, and that night he replaced my whole wiring harness and from my base model seat and replaced it and put it into my black seats. Now, I'll show you right now where it came from and what it is. These are the wires that run under your seats and connect from your power source into your rotors, your motors, and something along my wiring was malfunctioning. And the easiest fix, instead of checking all my wires, was just ripping them out, unplugging everything, and taking it out like this and leaving it all empty like this. And we took that harness and we placed it into the black seats. Overall, the installation of these black seats in my car really made a huge impact in the color and atmosphere that brings to my car. Now I can really see what it's gonna look like and feel like when I'm done with my full black conversion. To start off with, the comfort of these seats, when you go from a base model, gray, hard leather seats to these nice seats, it's a huge difference. I mean, there's no other way to describe it than BMW luxury, I mean, and BMW sport, because these really do give you that comfort when you're turning those tight corners. They really cup you. To conclude this video, I would just like to leave off with a nice overview of how my car is as of right now, where I am standing in my E90 project build, and what's going on and what you should expect in the future.